Welcome again to the big match, and today we have three matches that vitally affect the tops of the first three divisions. From Division 1, Everton against the leaders Queen's Park Rangers. From the second division, our main match, Chelsea against Cup semi-finalists Southampton, themselves in the running for promotion. From the third division, Grimsby Town against those other Cup semi-finalists, Crystal Palace, more determined than ever to make this a promotion year as well. As usual, a good look at your letters, but first we go across to Stamford Bridge, where close on 30,000 fans turned up, many of them no doubt attracted by the Southampton double act of Mike Shannon on the left and former Chelsea star Peter Osgood. And for Peter Osgood, this was his first league visit to Stamford Bridge since he was sold to Southampton 2 years ago. Chelsea faces have changed. Relative newcomers, number 9, Steve Finiston, 10, Ken Swain, making his first home appearance to number 11, Ray Lewington, an 18-year-old Londoner. They face Mike Shannon and this Southampton side, strengthened in defence by the return of Jim Steele, who's been down with mumps. If only Southampton had shown a moderate degree of form away from home, they'd be certainties for promotion. A banner in the crowd tells Peter Osgood that there's still a good deal of warmth for him here at Stamford Bridge, and indeed Southampton have made him captain for the day against his old club. The referee today, Malcolm Sinclair from Guildford in Surrey.
So Chelsea get us away in their strip of blue with white stockings, attacking the goal to our left. Southampton in red and white stripes and black shorts, and David Peach getting up there. Gary Stanley couldn't quite keep it into play, and it'll be a throw to Southampton, whose away form has really let them down for so long this season. Otherwise they really would have been even deeper in the promotion race than they are at the moment. They're on the fringes of it and badly wanting a good result today. Quite a clash there between Locke and Gilchrist. Sent them both sprawling. It was a very clumsy old clash there. Quite a bump. 7 minutes gone and no score, and still people, the late arrivals coming. Horse is getting a good view too. A sign now for a stretcher to come in from the tunnel. Don't know which of those two players it is. Really was a very nasty clash indeed. Eddie McCready coming as well. Eddie McCready looking a good deal concerned. Clearly there is rather a nasty clash there. And the shed are shouting for Gary Locke. So Gary Locke goes off. It'll be Bill Garner, the substitute, who comes on. And at least for Southampton's point of view, Paul Gilchrist is all right. Number 4, Wicks. Oh, Shannon doing well. He was having his shirt tugged by Wicks, and it's got to be a free kick to Southampton. Quite right. A smile from Shannon. It's treatment that I regret to say that he's used to. So McCalliog will try and pierce this wall. All of 35 yards out. Rodriguez driving it in low. It'll come to Jim McCalliog again, rifling it through, but wide of that Chelsea post. Finding Stanley. Ball in play still, and it's with Lewington. Now with Harris. Trying to get a 1-2 going, and he was a little lucky to find it back again. Curling it in there, Steele away, Gilchrist away. Stokes. Here's Shannon. Hay is with him. Good play by David Hay. Oh, and good play again by Hay, and a foul by Osgood on Hay. Well, one or two good dashes by Mike Shannon, but he's been very, very closely marked, as he would expect to be. Well, Southampton have pushed one or two forward. Here's Swain. Danger, though, of an offside, yes, and the linesman was just waiting for to put that flag up. And a good decision there by the referee, allowing the advantage to be played. The linesman absolutely right. Wilkins was offside, but here's Shannon. Stopped by Bull. Shannon again. Practice time for McCallion towards Peter Osgood. Now Fisher going in, and Bonetti was in trouble. Osgood almost turned it back again, and it came off Harris for the corner. That's as dangerous, really, as Southampton have looked all afternoon, with about 3 minutes to go to half-time. So Jim McCallion, former Chelsea player, loading that one in towards Bonetti. Osgood right in there on the back of Bonetti. Free kick. Crowd didn't like that action by Osgood. And Bonetti in a bit of trouble. And remember, they've already got Gary Locke off, and their substitute on. Calliope's free kick. Osgood coming in hard behind Peter Bonetti. Well, there's an interlude. Mike Shannon trying to put a few things right about Southampton coming forward. But Bonetti, he's fortunate that it's so close to half-time, and if he can survive out there for a couple of minutes or so, he can get some more treatment. His skipper, Ray Wilkins, number 8, pleased to see that he's okay to go on. The Chelsea manager, I would have thought, not very pleased with the way the game's gone, although it's still 0-0. Stokes coming away fast from Wilkins. Here's Gilchrist, last seconds of the first half, because we played nearly 4 minutes of injury time. Brought down from behind that time by Hay. Shannon felt that one. Certainly it hasn't been a very happy return so far to Stamford Bridge for Peter Osgood. He's been booed by the crowd that used to adore and admire him, and he's really made no headway at all against this young Chelsea defence. That's going to be a worrying sight for all Southampton fans. Well, he's going to go on. Southampton's free kick. Nearly 5 minutes of injury time played now. David Peach's free kick in towards Osgood. Nodded down again. That was the first time they've been in real trouble. And McCallion shot way over. Referee looking at that watch for half-time. Well, Mr. Sinclair's added now exactly 5 minutes of injury time. Basically for the injury to Gary Locke and the knock that Peter Bonetti had. But now it is half-time before Peter Bonetti can take that goal kick after a very disappointing first half. And the fact that Southampton have made so little progress down to the excellent defence of young Steve Wicks and to David Hay, apart from one rather bad tackle on Mike Shannon in the last couple of minutes of the first half. But he's, certainly that number 6 has watched Mike Shannon extremely well. So a half-time score then at Stamford Bridge that reads Chelsea 0, Southampton 0. We'll be right back with the second half. Welcome back then to Stamford Bridge. Mike Shannon, who was injured just before the interval, looks okay again. In fact, he's got a new shirt on as well. We saw that it was ripped in the first half. 0-0 then, and let's hope the second half is a good deal better than the first, which was muddled. Not very much to worry either goalkeeper. Southampton's away form, as I said at the start, has not been very good. They've really only had 2 away wins at West Bromwich and at Oxford. Featherstone took that beautifully on his body. Finding Swain. Britain got a dart after that one. Trying to get round behind Blythe. Kept it in play. Nice bit of play there by Ian Britton. Here's Harris, calling for a good accurate cross. Getting it as well as Garner goes in, but it's wide. Good acceleration by him, not a bad cross either, but unfortunately for Chelsea, their players have gone just a little too deep into that area. But there's Swain winning it well. Played back for Garner. And right across the face of that Southampton goal, wanting the touch that he didn't quite get. So a goal kick. One of the better Chelsea moves that didn't quite get the finishing touch that was required. Now it's with Featherstone. Brought down by Rodrigues, who claims, as you can see, that it was a dive. Great old campaigner, Peter Rodrigues, in his Cardiff and his Sheffield Wednesday days. And his Leicester days, and now his Southampton days. Free kick to Chelsea. Britain. Swain losing his way, McCalliog half getting it, and then just nicking it out here for David Peach. Shannon away on the far side. Good ball there by Peach. Stokes in the middle. Shannon almost on his own. He's got Fisher up in support. Look at this by Shannon. Down he goes. Well, there's a penalty given. No, it's an indirect free kick. Inside the area, indirect free kick. Referee was very quick to raise his arm, as you can see there, indicating an indirect free kick. And indeed, the linesman was also, as he was flagging with one arm, raising it, the other arm, to show an indirect free kick. Just inside, I think. Yes, just inside the area. Taken there by Shannon! Well, the quickness of the man eventually eluded David Hay and the Chelsea defence. A quickly taken free kick, hit low there towards the near post. Shannon was on it like a dart, into the back of the net. Chelsea 0, Southampton 1. Mike Shannon the scorer. 21 goals in all competitions now for him this season. And a warning indeed for any Crystal Palace spies or fans who are here. You might think you've contained Mike Shannon, and then a moment like that happens, and he can still cause your downfall. Well, that'll please him. Rodrigues there. Chelsea fans right in line there would have claimed that that hit him on the arm. Certainly nothing intentional about it, though, and it's a corner for Chelsea. Hey, turned nicely, and the header's there, and the goal is there by Featherstone. seconds. Chelsea get back on level terms. And the man who missed Mike Shannon at one end, David Hay, turned brilliantly there on the byline. The header came in from Steve Finiston. Chelsea 1, Southampton 1. The scorer, Steve Finiston. So 1-1 we stand. And a much better game. Peach. Macallion. Wilkins. Garner. Playing it for Lewington. Rodriguez there. Blythe. One of those fatal moments when a side struggles so hard to get into the lead and they finally take it. They relax for a moment and get caught, and that's probably what happened there. I think Mr. Sinclair will want that free kick to be taken again. Peach. Fisher. Now Rodriguez. Exactly a quarter of an hour left now. Towards Stokes. Which could have been caught out there with Osgood behind him, but his nerve held. And his brain, his footballing brain, told him to nod it away to safety behind for the corner, which David Peach will take. Again making that run towards the near post, hit low this time. It seemed to fool everybody. Fisher now to Macallion. Chelsea coming out quickly, and a chance really to come out quickly as Britain finds Wilkins. They've got plenty up in the middle. If Stanley can get there first, Swain is there too, and it's hitting the goalkeeper and going behind. A tremendous breakout there by Chelsea. Britain and Wilkins involved in the early stages. Swain taking over with a tremendous burst as Southampton tried to get back. Goalkeeper out, doing the right things and making it difficult. And behind for a corner. Hayes backward header. Osgood. Finished. Cross coming in again. Garner was there, but no trouble for Southampton. Wicks with the header. Three Chelsea men are chasing after him. One of them is Garner. He's got Blythe to contend with, though. Well, it looked as though he took something, an elbow or a knee or something in the stomach there. Mel Blythe on the ground. Bill Garner was the man running with him. From our position, impossible to see. But I don't think Mr. Sinclair feels that it's a bad injury and that the game should go on. Free kick to Southampton. Blythe gets up and he's okay. About a minute to go. Lewington, Harris, Garner's away again, and Blythe again there with him. Whoops! Blythe very angry there with Garner, and just as well that the referee was running across there. I think his sixth sense must have told him that something was about to happen there. And Blythe being called to referee Sinclair, and I think it looks as though he's going to be blocked. The crowd behind, as you can see, have got little sympathy with any opponent that does anything to their Chelsea heroes, and Mel Blythe goes into the book. playing injury time. For Southampton, at least it's 1 point when they really would have wanted to, but their dismal away record this season has indicated they really maybe wouldn't have expected much more than that as the final whistle goes. 1-1 it is, with a Chelsea goal scored by Steve Finiston, with Mike Shannon having just 90 seconds before that put Southampton into the lead. So there are the scorers with a final scoreline then at Stamford Bridge after a rather disappointing game on the whole. Chelsea 1, Southampton 1.
Well, hardly a game to warm the cockles of your heart, and it puts still greater pressure on Southampton's bid for promotion. They've now got 5 at home, where they're almost unbeatable, and 4 away, so it could still be on. After the game, I spoke to the goal scorers, Steve Finiston and Mike Shannon, and I suggested to Mike Shannon that it had not been a very good Southampton performance.
I thought at times we played well, and I always thought we were likely to score. But after saying that, I didn't think we were good overall. You know.
Because you've got a bad away record, haven't you?
We have. We've played well away from home and lost. You know, we didn't play as well today, and we got a point. It's a funny game at times.
David Hay looked after you pretty tidily, I thought, for most of the time.
Yeah, I thought he played very well. You know, I always rated him a little bit. You know, and I think that's probably his best position. You know, sweeper. He's picking things up. And he was never really under pressure, was he, you know?
How come you lost him in that free kick, though?
I'm a little bit sharp at times myself, you know.
What about Steve's goal?
I thought it was a great goal, you know. I mean, probably, you know, we should have had someone picking him up, but after that, I mean, he stuck it away great. Great.
I think the Chelsea fans were glad to see a number 9 scoring a goal, particularly with Peter Osgood coming back, the old number 9.
Yeah, I think so. I've scored one last week as well against Blackburn, and just pleased they got their chance at last.
Yes. What do you feel about Chelsea's form this season, Steve? It's been a bit inconsistent, hasn't it?
Yes, it has, but the past 4 games, we won the last 3, and considering we lost Gary Lott in the first half, that disrupted us a bit. I thought we did quite well. I thought the point was the least we deserved.
Yeah. Do you still think you're in with a whisper for promotion, or is that out of the question now, do you think?
Well, I think it all depends on a lot of teams slipping up, all the top teams. If we keep winning, we must have a very small chance, I think.
As a young side, when you come and play against a side like Southampton, with people like Peter Osgood and with Mick in it as well, do you find you're learning all the time as a youngster?
Yes, well, it's a lot better than the reserves. You must improve playing against better players. But I think we were playing well. I thought we matched Southampton today.
Do you reckon?
Yes, I thought it was a very even type of game. I always felt that we were more likely to score than what they were, you know. But after saying that, the lad scored a great goal, didn't he? I mean, I wish I'd scored it. 2-0.
I didn't think they'd score myself.
Pardon?
I didn't think they'd score. I didn't think they looked all that dangerous, except when Mick got in there. It was a bit sharp then.
How would you fancy him against Crystal Palace now, Steve, in the Cup?
Well, I think they're a better team than Crystal Palace. I think they'll beat Crystal Palace. But there again, it's in London, so Crystal Palace have a lot of the support.
You wouldn't argue with that, would you?
No, I think he's quite right. No, I think it'll be a different game altogether, you know, and I think that...
In what way?
Well, I think basically it's on the day, you know, I mean, the Cup's a funny game, isn't it? It's not always the best side winning this game, is it? And I think that, you know, if we put it together, I think we've got a very good chance, yeah. But after saying that, Crystal Palace are a good side, like you said. And on their day, they're a very good side, you know.
What would you like to say to Big Mal at the moment?
Nothing, really. No, did they win today?
Yes, they won today at Grimsby.
I thought they were good result.
Mick, Steve, thanks a lot, Dan.
Thank you.
Thanks, man.
Well, I think one other point to emphasise from that game, although in all honesty Mick Shannon's already done so, was the brilliant marking of the England striker there by David Hay. Disciplined and for the most part very fair indeed. That picture of togetherness really capsuled their afternoon. And I think if Willie Ormond is watching, it's worth adding that David Hay looked a genuine Scottish international again. Good to see. And I'm sure you'd also like to know the latest news of Gary Locke, the Chelsea fullback who was carried off in that game yesterday. In fact, he was kept in hospital overnight with severe concussion, bruising above the eye. He hurt his shoulder into the bargain, but the hospital say that they're hopeful that he might be out tomorrow. More action, and for that we go to Goodison Park for Everton against the team that started the day at the top of the First Division, London's own Queen's Park Rangers. The picture